I'm ready. What up? Let's get to it. So the Minnesota Vikings get their first victory of the season, man. As you can see, I'm in the airport right now. Yeah, man. We got to get back to it. But the Vikings defeat the Panthers, man. Them clueless Carolina Panthers heavy, baby. Shout out to the Vikings. You know, the whole staff, whole organization, especially the players. They've been so close in every game. Really should be 3-0 if you want to say 4-0. But turnovers, as we know, has been plaguing the Vikings heavy. Just what it is. But overall, solid performance from the Vikings, from the defense and offense. And let's just get into the game. You know, what happened, what didn't happen. Now, I'm not finna get just super excited, overly hyped up because the Vikings got their first win, because they still have a lot more to prove. They have a lot more improvements to make. Wasn't a pretty win, right? Was an ugly win. They got behind early. Turnovers once again was a problem. At the end of the day, the Vikings have still yet to play a full 4 quarters of good quality football, baby. Understand? Heavy. But a great comeback in the NFL. It's about getting the dub, getting the victories. And the Vikings were desperate for one. You talk about save the season, they definitely saved the season. Heavy, man. Let's talk about some of the pros and cons. Like I said, turnovers once again. Kirk Cousins had a very bad interception on the goal line. Took points off the board. Definitely threw the ball too late to KJ Osborne. But that's part of it, right? But that was a big interception by Kirk Cousins, changed momentum, etc., etc. But the Vikings fought back. Kirk Cousins had another interception, but that really wasn't on him. That was lack of protection, even though protection, the O-line play, was a lot better. I still would like to see Ed Ingram out of there, put Dalton Risner in. Matter of fact, Ed Ingram is the reason Kirk got hit on that interception, right? Heavy. But overall, a much better performance, especially at run blocking for the Vikings this go around. But let's not forget they were playing the Panthers, right? Another 0-3 team. Bryce Young struggling this season, young rookie, right? He's going through the learning curve. So I understand the Vikings won, but let's not get crazy and do too much as fans. You know, next week they win that game, then you maybe can get a little extra excited. A victory is good for them to, get their first win, no doubt. But versus the Chiefs, a real elite team, that's when they can really prove it. Can they win a big game at home, damn near prime time, versus Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs? One of the best teams, if not the best team in the league, baby. That's when it really counts. Always love to see a team win, but at the end of the day, can they beat a good team, bro? That's it, period, bottom line. But the offensive line play did improve. But you have to look at the level of competition, the type of team they were playing. A win is a win, but they got to get better. Now we look at the trenches, the defensive side of the ball, man. Shout out Marcus Davenport, finally getting in the game, finally playing. If he can continue to be consistent and healthy, he can help the defense. You saw what he can do. 2 sacks off the rip. I know I talk trash about him, etc., etc., but at the end of the day, it is what it is. You going to play or not. But it's very good to see him on the field balling out. You can tell, if healthy, playing at a high level, he can be a difference maker. Had a solid game, first game in. In his performance, you see how man sharpen man, iron sharpen iron. DJ Wanham had a big fumble recovery, changed the whole dynamic of the game, changed momentum. That's what it's about, baby. So man sharpen man, iron sharpen iron, right? Marcus Davenport comes, he came in and played better. Everybody else elevated their game, and that's what it's about. So shout out to the Vikings, especially Marcus Davenport, but the trenches overall. Now they still can improve, still gave up some rushing yards, etc., etc. But they played much better. But it was good to see Marcus Davenport perform. That's his job, that's his duty as a player, dog. That's why the Vikings brought him in. Now the question is, can he stay healthy? Bottom line, right? Heavy. But he came in, did his thing. What, 2 sacks? Applied pressure. That's all you can ask from him, man. Once again, go back to the offensive side of the ball. Jettas is who he is. The receivers were pretty quiet besides Jettas. That's why he is the best in the NFL, man. But it's time for other receivers to step up as well, right? Jordan Addison, KJ Osborne, even TJ Hawkinson was very quiet. They had some catches here and there, but you need more production. You need more production. Especially if the Vikings want to win versus the best teams in the league, baby. Once again, good win, but you're going to need more production from Addy and KJ Osborne on a weekly, weekend out basis. That's just what it is, man, especially playoff time. Especially playoff time. When the coverage become more intense, Jettas gets more double teams, right? He's still going to put his numbers up, get his stats. But realistically, the Vikings must get, more contributions from Addison, TJ Hawkinson, and KJ Osborne. Period. Just looking at Addison play, I think he needs to get better at off-press coverage, right? Get better at getting off the line. That's something he got to work on. But he is a solid receiver, man. He can be great. So shout out to the receivers, of course. Jettas always going to do his thing, man. That's what's up. Got to love it. Got to respect it. You talk about Kirk Cousins' overall play. Didn't have a great game. Didn't have a super bad game. But he did good, though, man. He didn't beat the Vikings. He didn't throw a bad pick late in the game. They only had, 2 turnovers? Really got to say one. And, the other one, just a bad play overall by the line. Kirk didn't see it coming, but we know about Kirk Cousins' lack of pocket awareness, baby. They need to get their protection down. A solid job by the offense overall, man. Kevin O'Connell had some pretty good play calling throughout the whole game. But like I say, this is the Panthers, dog. You got to see how they perform against a real deal, top 10 in the league team. We're going to see versus the Chiefs. It's going to be a crazy matchup, a colossal challenge. Are the Vikings up for it? That's the question. Period, man. That will be the question. How will they do? How will they perform against a top 10 team in the game? Everybody talking about now they can go on and run. Now they don't got to tank. First off, they should never think about tanking, right? Why would you want your team to ever tank? It's about self-respect, huh? It's about playing football, never tank. And if they're just that bad, which I don't think they are, then, that's something to talk about. But at the end of the day, they should play every game trying to win, bottom line. Period, man. We're going to see what they really about. So to all the fans out there, getting too hyped, saying the Vikings are back, nah, calm it down. That was a good victory against an okay team, dog. They should have beaten them by more. They still turned the ball over. Defense still gave up some yards, but they showed improvements, man. They showed improvements. Speaking of the defense, shout out Harrison Smith. They utilized him well, and he finally got to the quarterback. What do you have, 3 sacks, a forced fumble? Respect to Hitman, dog. But can Hitman keep that going? Can he play on that level, right? Week in, week out. We're going to see next week versus the Chiefs, man. But that's how you really judge a team, right? That's how you really grade a team. How do they do and perform against the best of the best, dog? They beat the Panthers. That's good. Hitman showed up, finally got to the quarterback. Brian Flores made the adjustments. But don't forget, it is the Panthers, the Shiesty Panthers, baby. We're going to see how they do this coming up Sunday when Mahomes come into town. Travis Kelce, probably Taylor Swift. Understand me? You get my drift? Big SKOL here, man. But of course, you happy to see them boys get a win. It was time for a win, a much needed win, right? Hopefully change the trajectory of the season. We will see, though. That's only one victory, baby. They got to keep it going, period. You talking playoffs, you talking playoff run. They can't really afford to lose, too many more games, man. And the schedule only gets tougher, right? It only gets tougher, bottom line. Just what it's about, man. Heavy. Shout out to Harrison Smith. Shout out Hitman. The whole secondary performed better. The defense, man. Carolina didn't score a lot of points. They had a big goal line stand, end of the game. Once again, Hitman with the sack. Game over, baby. But the trenches still a question. Still questions, man. Interior trenches. Can they stop the run game? They're going to continue to get attacked. Can they apply pressure? Like I said, when Marcus Davenport is in the game, he is a game changer. Will he stay healthy and available? But the defense showing improvements, even Brian Flores, the adjustments he made, the way he shut shit down later in the game, dog, a great sign. They got down early, they fought back, clawed their way back, got the victory. That's what it's about, man. So now they're 1-3. Where do they go from here? That's the question. How do they perform from this moment on, dog? Do they continue to grow and get better? Or do they just regress like we've seen this whole season? Understand? Can they play a true 4 quarters of Vikings football? No turnovers, no nothing. Damn near perfect football, baby. Period. Because guess what? Versus the Chiefs, they get down 10 early. It's tough to come back. It's tough to come back versus a team like that, man. Chiefs are a different animal, right? They go into a different mode. They know how to win. Patrick Mahomes, the best quarterback in the league. That's their identity. That it's in their DNA to be champions, dog. Period. So we're gonna see what the Vikings are really about. Oh yeah, versus the Chiefs, we're really gonna see what's up, baby. Then you can really measure them and see where they're at as a whole, as a team, and where they stand, bro. Was this just what some may say a fluke win? Which I can't call a win a fluke. But is this who the Vikings will be? What will their identity be at the end of the season? Man? But once again, versus the Chiefs, we will tell. Like it or not, it is what it is. So that's my opinion on it, man. Finna get up on this plane, man. Had to come holler at my big dogs, at the people, man. All the Minnesota Vikings fans, my supporters, heavy. Back at it, man. Period, bottom line. Once again, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm on and rock and rolling. Takes less than 1 second. Support the channel for real, man. Skol Vikes forever.